Okay, we're recording.
Okay, sounds good. So the first question, name at least 3 different demand forecasting techniques that can be employed by Hard Rock Cafe. The first one we chose is the naive method. This could be used by the Hard Rock Cafe to predict many things, such as how many ingredients you'll need, how much food prep needs to be done for a specific day, and even a prediction of how many customers you'll have a certain day. There's also the judgmental methods. They can use the judgmental methods to look at customer reviews and reviews of critics to similar restaurants or food items. This would include using consumer surveys, executive opinions, etc. And then there's the exponential method. They use exponential smoothing by looking at historical data and assuming that history will repeat itself. I.e., if burgers were more popular around Christmas time, they can predict that this will happen again. For the second question, it was describe 3 different forecasting applications at Hard Rock. Name 3 other areas in which you think Hard Rock could use forecasting models. So the 3 forecasting applications that they used were the weighting moving average to evaluate managers, set bonuses, forecast monthly guest counts, retail sales, banquet sales, and concert sales. Then they used long-term trends. They used long-range forecasting and setting a capacity plan and intermediate-term forecasting for locking in contracts for leather goods and for such food items as beef, chicken, and pork. And then they used trend models in their example. They stated that 5,500 in sales translated into 19 workstations, which are further broken down into a specific number of waitstaff, hosts, bartenders, and kitchen staff. 3 areas they could use forecasting methods as well. They could use forecasting methods for food items to purchase, such as bread and vegetables. They could forecast a new item if it will do well, whether or not based on other previous items or items similar to this one. And then they could also forecast whether sales will increase or decrease during holidays and how to respond accordingly.
Okay, question 3, what is the role of the POS system in forecasting at Hard Rock? The POS system, or the point of sale system, is known by the Hard Rock Cafe as the heart of the sales forecast. The POS system captures data on everyone who walks into the restaurant. How it works is every entree that is sold by the Hard Rock Cafe is used as one customer for data. The data then gets sent into their headquarters so the financial team can start the forecasting process. The financial team in the headquarters forecast guest sales, retail sales, and concert sales of each cafe to see if they're on track, above, or below their target goal. Cafe managers can then use this forecasting data for future data so they can look back at a year later to see the type of sales on that date last year, and daily forecasting numbers can be broken down to hourly sales, which helps them with employee scheduling and numbers. Question 4 is justify the use of the weighting system used for evaluating managers for annual bonuses. The Hard Rock Cafe uses a 3-year weighted moving average of a cafe past year sales to evaluate managers and set bonuses. How it works: the Hard Rock Cafe headquarters conduct a weighted moving average of the past 3 years of sales data done by the manager of a specific case, and if the sales exceed the set target goal, they can then reward them with a bonus based on the numbers of sales. A 3-year is used to accurately determine the projection of the 4th year of sales to see if the manager has exceeded or is below projections. They apply a 40% weight in the most recent sales data and last year's sales data and the most recent and accurate data, and then a smaller weight of 20% to the data from 2 years ago, since the data is relevant but is less accurate for the first 2 weights.
Number 5. Name several variables besides those mentioned in the case that could be used as good predictors of daily sales in each cafe. Customer surveys could be used by the Hard Rock Cafe to give to customers of the restaurant while they wait for the food. The questionnaires could have questions about demographics such as gender, age, and employment. Other questions on the survey could be about the location of the store, quality of the food, quality of the service, and their experience. Another good predictor of daily sales would be how many people have been seated in a day at the restaurant. The host or hostess could keep record of how many menus they have given out or how many people they have seated, which could give the Hard Rock Cafe an accurate result of how many people were in the restaurant, although they all may or may not order food.